Hello everyone, NinjaNick333. We are back with another round from another league challenge. We're back at East Greenbush, New York's Flipside Gaming. We've got my buddy Xavier here on the left versus myself here on the right. I'm actually going to be in every single round of this league challenge. It's just kind of how it ended up working out for the most interesting matchups in my opinion, so let's see if I can beat my record, because right now I think I'm 0-2 or something on my own on my own channel. So Savi is on the left. He's playing Arceus, Giratina, Flying Pikachu, which is an interesting combination. It's definitely one that has been seen before. The Giratinas are really good for one-shotting things. The Pikachu is really good at one-shotting Lugia specifically, but also making it so you have a little bit better of a Lost Box matchup. There has been a lot of Lost Box in the area as of late, because, you know, we all like to be on whatever the best deck is most of the time. So I've decided this tournament I was going to play Lugia. I really liked Reagan's list that he got second with. He should have won Portland. This is actually the same day that I'm doing this commentary that I recorded it. I kind of got home and just started right into it. Never really on top of things like this, but we see the capturing aroma. First one flips tails to get the Flying Pikachu. Second one flips heads. We're going to get that Arceus V-Star here from Savi's side, and he is thinking about putting the Path to the Peak down maybe, or he might want to save that. And I told Savi, I'm like, do you want me to penny and give you the win? I'm just showing it to him. He like didn't hear the joke the first time, so I had to do it again. It's not as funny if you have to do the joke the second time. So we do open with the penny. One of the interesting inclusions in Reagan's deck. I don't think you need it, but it definitely feels good when you can get it off. So we're going to Ultra Ball away a Research and that penny. I do remember that my hand is looking a little bit weird. I think I have another Lugia or potential out to get another Lugia. But yeah, because I could Ultra Ball for it. And here I'm considering, do I want to go for the Archeops and then read the wind to get rid of it? I don't think that there's any threat from Savi being able to one-shot my Lugia, so I could just stay with this one, because I know he's going to attack with the Arceus first. So he can damage my Lugia, and that'll be just fine. I also have both a Research and a Judge in hand, so I'm trying to decide, do I want to Ultra Ball, get the Archeops, and then Research to get it in the discard pile. There are a couple energies in my hand, so I don't necessarily want to Research, and I'm just like, at some point during this deck search, I think right about here, I go, wait a minute, I'm against Arceus, so I can just Judge him and hope he bricks. So that's what I'm going to go for here. I do attach for turn first. I think I have a gift energy in hand, I want to say. I still haven't realized the Judges in my hand at this point. I'm shuffling a little too hard. My mind is like halfway there. So I do get another Lugia V down just in case, because if this one gets damaged, if I need an out to the Flying Pikachu, it has to be my evolution Pokemon, so I have to get another Lugia set up so that these Lugias can two-shot the Flying Pikachu. It's really my only out to a fully set up Flying Pikachu that's attacking. Because it does have an attack that says that basic Pokemon cannot hit it. All of the Pokemon in my deck are basic Pokemon, for the most part, that want to attack. Besides the Lugia, I also have the Single Strike Urshifu, but the likelihood of being able to get the basic plus the evolution for that, I don't really want to have to rely on it. Plus, I could always, if I get damaged on this Lugia, I could retreat into another one. And of course, I Judge Savi into a completely unplayable hand. He gets Giratina V-Star, the Energy, and a Bibarel. Absolutely nothing he can do with any of this. I do get an Archeops in my new hand, and I do read the wind with that gift energy that I attached. So, Path to the Peak does come down. And I believe I do have Mesagosa just in hand at the moment, so I can immediately replace this path, not have to worry about it. I do want to get one more Archeops in the discard pile before I use the V-Star power of Lugia V-Star to get those Archeops into play. That's how you accelerate those energies into play if you have never seen it before. So Arceus just uses Trinity Charge, because that's all Savi can do right here, and loads up the Giratina. So that shows me that Flying Pikachu is not a threat for the next couple of turns at least, especially if I can one-shot this Arceus. So this gives me a huge window of opportunity since that Arceus V-Star is no longer in play here for Savi. So I Mesa Gosa. I'm going to flip. Here I am just trying to get the goods, and I flip Tails, of course. So I really wanted that to be a head so I could get another Archeops. I could Ultra Ball away the Archeops here in this hand. I think I already have the Lugia V-Star. So I do have that, but I'm just going to have to find a way to get the Archeops and get it into the discard pile. So this is, I'm really contemplating what I want to discard for the Ultra Ball, because I do have to get rid of a couple of energies that I have in my hand in order to do it, which is not what you want to do, especially those colorless energies, because that's how the Lugia attacks. If I need to attack into the Flying Pikachu, that's pretty rough, but the way I see it now, I think I have both a Research and a Serena in hand, so either way, I can discard this Archeops, get exclusively single colorless energies onto the Lugia V, one-shot this Arceus, and then Flying Pikachu is never a threat. And if it is, I'm just going to hope to set up. So, yeah, okay, it looks like I had the Serena. It wasn't both. So, almost draw a 6 card. That's why you draw the cards upside down like that, to make sure, in case you do make a mistake, you don't necessarily see them immediately. So, already had the evolution. I have the V-Guard energy I attached for turn. Now I just need to use the double Archeops from the Summoning Star in order to load up this Lugia V-Star that's active. I can hit 220 on this Arceus, knock it out, and then since I have the V-Guard energy, if Giratina V evolves, comes up, and hits me, it's going to hit me for 250 and I live because of the V-Guard energy. So that's really good. The Arceus deck can never get to 10 cards in the Lost Zone to be able to use Giratina V-Star's V-Star power to just one-shot your opponent's active. So here I go. I just put 2 more gift energies on this Lugia V-Star. We are gifted. we are a gifted Lugia here. Lugia was my pet deck for all of the last format. Not quite since the release of Silver Tempest, but for most of the Silver Tempest and the entirety of the Crown Zenith format, I was on Lugia exclusively. I played it in 2 regionals. I just haven't really liked the consistency of it post-rotation, but I keep playing different decks in different tournaments, trying to see what feels good for me, and today I'm just like, you know what, Lugia feels like it's going to be good today, so let's try it. So I use my second Primal Turbo. I get double Single Strike energies to my Tyranitar on the bench. I figure that I can use this Lugia to knock out the Arceus. Then I can use the Tyranitar to knock out the Giratina if it evolves. If it doesn't, I can just knock it out with the Lugia again. And the game plan after that will be to try to set up the Single Strike Urshifu to get through the Flying Pikachu if it evolves and is able to attack. But Savi would have to attach a Lightning or double colorless this upcoming turn, and then the other one the next turn as well as evolve. And with his 2-card dead hand, I don't see that happening. So here I go. I take the first 2 prize cards of the game. Here he comes in with the Giratina V-Star. He was able to evolve into. Still just a couple of dead cards in his hand he can't really do anything with. He's going to retreat. He's going to attack with the Giratina V-Star. And at this point, like right before he declares the attack, he does realize that I have the V-Guard energy on it. So he's like, this is just 250, right? I can't even knock you out. But he ends up going for it anyway because that's all that he has like available to him. So he Lost Zones his 2 energy to do 280 minus 30 because of the V-Guard energy is 250, so I put a whole bunch of damage counter dice down on there. 100, 100, and a 50. So I do Nest Ball here. I think I get the Urshifu here now. If the Tyranitar goes down, or worst case scenario, I can just retreat the energies off of it, try to earn them back into the deck. So I can't one-shot the Giratina V-Star because the Lugia's damage output is 220. So I can here retreat into the Tyranitar, use a Primal Turbo to finish setting that up, and then mill 4 cards for myself, one-shotting the Giratina V-Star with Single Strike Crush. So yeah, I get 1 Single Strike energy from my deck because that's the only Single Strike energy left in the deck. I think everything that's in deck that's left is probably just Double Turbo at this point. I think it might be like 1 Double Turbo, maybe a V-Guard, but I also have V-Guard and Single Strike energy in hand, I want to say. So I do attach the V-Guard energy. I'm going to retreat here. So the only scary thing is if Savi can make a Raihan play onto the Flying Pikachu, then I don't really have a response to that right now. I have the potential for the Urshifu, but it's not quite where I want to be yet. We do discard an Urn, which is a little unfortunate, but we also discard a Double Turbo, again, a little unfortunate. But at that point, Savi just says, I have no other outs. He was not able to get it set up. My judge just killed him, and that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. You just turn one judge your opponent, and they can't do anything about it. So that is the game. As always, guys, do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and all that good stuff up above. And we will see you guys in the next round. And I finally won a game on camera on my own channel, funnily enough.